In the hush between seasons, like the first golden dawn of July, two champions wander fields of possibility. One carries the shimmer of goalmouth glory, the other the hush of a last-second assist. Their eyes meet as summer begins. Crests of green grass, soft sighs on the breeze. It was before the games, amidst flashbulbs and orange light, when Megan, hair as bright as a halcyon sunrise, saw Sue in uniform elegance. "Are you ready for a game?" she quipped. A line that, like a clumsy dribble, fell short. Sue laughed, more warmth than mockery. And something flickered. That night on a yacht's deck, celebrations swirling like fireworks. Sue returned again and again to Megan's orbit. Friends noticed, hearts pivoted. Back in Seattle, across court and pitch. They began in laughter and late-night confessions. They texted through travel, through jet lag. Sue on 4 hours of sleep, Megan piggybacking her routines. Training and eating, emotional rebuild together. In Sue's calm, Megan found anchorage. In Megan's fire, Sue found home. July 2017, Sue, reserved turned brave, came out publicly. Courage shaped by love, inspired by Megan's example. Days later, Megan watched Sue in the WNBA All-Star Game. Sue turned to watch Megan score a hat-trick hours later. Together they proved, athlete to athlete, heart to heart, there is no understanding richer. In 2018, they stepped naked into ESPN's Body Issue, the first same-sex couple ever. Muscles strong, hands tenderly joined, courage on full display. It was more than a photo shoot. It was a statement. Love, equality, celebration. When political storms hit, when Megan refused a White House visit and faced backlash, it was Sue who wrote in defense. "Megan, you just cannot shake that girl. She's going to apologize to exactly no one." They stood firm, two giants in solidarity, both unafraid to wield their influence. October 30th, 2020. Infinity Pool, Ocean Whispers. Megan knelt, an unplanned plan, ring slipped off her finger months ago, and placed it on Sue's hand. Sweet spontaneity crafted with intent. They shared the photo. The Seattle Storm cheered ring season. Their engagement felt like summer eternal. Together they hosted the 2020 ESPYs, donned Black Lives Matter tees, spoke for equal pay, equality for LGBTQ+ youth. Sue said they hope to show gay kids, we're not the weird ones. We're just happy. They became voices, not just lovers. As the glow of their athletic careers faded, Megan and Sue faced a profound reckoning. What's our purpose now? Without the North Star of competition, they stumbled at first. Schedules no longer dictated, bodies free from constant pain, minds longing for clarity. Megan admitted it bluntly, we had it so easy as athletes. Adjusting to not having that North Star is really hard. Sue echoed the relief of no longer being racked by injury, yet confessed the emotional void louder, it's more mental. Together, they embarked on a journey of translation, channeling discipline, grit, and vulnerability into new arenas. Pandemic-born and fueled by heart, their podcast A Touch More became more than chatter. It evolved into a media venture. With Vox Media on board, the show grew richer, from bickering partners to savvy producers and storytellers, examining the nuances of women's sports and queerness with humor and heart. Their chemistry shines. Sue slides in to fill Megan's pauses, Megan teases Sue's perfectionism. They're performers at heart, even when the mix off. Their activism found form behind the scenes. They closed deals to produce Playing the Field, adapting queer rom-com Cleat Cute into a scripted series that portrays women's sports as full of whip-smart love, messy nights, and authentic joy, not just grind. This was intentional, to build representation for queer women athletes beyond cliché, and to let the world peek inside their vibrant, dynamic, beautiful world. In summer 2024, they soared to Paris, not as competitors but as spectators. Megan called the experience "living my best life," drifting through city streets with Sonos headphones, soaking in the games and culture without constraints. For Sue, the Olympic venues became playgrounds, not prisons of routine. 2024 to 2025, eyes turned to the long game. Sue's number 10 retired by the Storm. She joined Storm ownership and Gotham FC's board. In May 2025, she steps into USA basketball leadership, shaping the national women's program for years to come. Megan's Seattle Reign jersey retirement ceremony looms, a capstone to a Hall of Fame career, and she stands on the sidelines now, celebrated proud and free. Together they're building legacy, not only etched in records, but living on through stories, media, equity, and mentorship. What fills their days now? Studio sessions and production meetings. Crafting episodes, rewriting scripts. Planning advocacy campaigns. Hosting speaking events. Meandering through Manhattan rain or Paris streets. Cooking, cuddling, laughing. Anchored in their shared values and quiet devotion. They coach each other through mental health, ambition, setbacks. They tease over who's the star on camera or who's the bulldozer in meetings. But they hold space for each other's truths, always. As their media ventures took flight, Megan and Sue doubled down on giving back. In 2022, they partnered with Athlete Ally and Common Goal, donating to fight homophobia and support global soccer development. Megan had been a long-time GLSEN ambassador, and Sue contributed her name and voice to the Together media platform, featuring and funding narratives of women athletes worldwide. They also used their visibility to defend reproductive rights. Megan, along with hundreds of athletes, filed an amicus brief after Roe v. Wade was struck down. Their podcast A Touch More with Vox Media continued to expand, but beyond that, they were booked on major stages. In September 2024, they spoke at the Lesbians Who Tech and Ally Summit in New York, addressing inclusivity in tech and business. Through Together, they also produced 30 for 30, Pink Card, a documentary highlighting women's struggles to play soccer, an entrepreneurial blend of purpose and creativity. In 2022, they designed the Love Is Uninterrupted hoodie, partners in fashion for trans rights, with Nike's Uninterrupted brand, releasing it during Trans Week of Visibility, and donating proceeds to Black and Brown Trans Lives Matter. In 2024, Sue, now an owner of Seattle Storm and part owner of Gotham FC, urged other team owners to reject the shut-up-and-dribble mindset and actively support political causes. Megan echoed the sentiment, encouraging WNBA players to go for the jugular in collective bargaining talks. April 2025 marked a major shift. They signed with WME for representation across brand partnerships, books, television, scripted and unscripted, digital content, and podcasting, formalizing their role as content creators and storytellers. Their scripted series based on Cleat Cute, Playing the Field, is in development, demonstrating their growth from voices in activism to media entrepreneurs. Their October 2020 poolside proposal has evolved into a quietly anticipated wedding. As early as March 2022, Sue casually mentioned, "We're kind of toying with having a wedding in Mexico maybe. Coronas on deck." Through late 2024, friends say plans are underway, perhaps an intimate destination ceremony echoing their spontaneous engagement. No formal date has been announced, but hints point to a late 2025 or 2026 celebration that fuses activism, sport, and soul. In March 2025, the couple was spotted in Central Park for a styled photoshoot, casual, stunning, celebrating life post-athletics. With Megan's 1985 tattoo on display and both in relaxed gray, they radiated comfort and confidence. A moment that felt less celebrity and more beautifully lived. In May 2025, Sue stepped into her first major behind-the-scenes athletic leadership role, as the managing director of USA Basketball's women's national team. Over a 4-year term, she'll shape rosters and staff for the Women's World Cup, 2026, and LA Olympics, 2028. It's more than a title, it's a legacy move, extending their shared influence in sport. Their Vox-backed A Touch More continues weekly, gaining deeper resonance as Sue and Megan channel retirement introspection into purposeful dialogue. Beyond the Mic, their production company, is in full gear, pitching series, developing Cleat Cute, hosting summits, pushing boundaries on representation and inclusion. April 2025 Spotlight. Sue posted a simple purple heart Rapinko on Instagram, Megan's affectionate nickname and proof of their cozy domestic beat. Their style outings, film festivals, street shoots, summits, feel spontaneous, vibrant, rooted in partnership. In CBS Mornings, April 2025, they spoke candidly about retirement's adjustment, learning to rebuild routines, redefine purpose, and manage identity outside sport. Their honesty is refreshing. Freedom from physical strain is delight. Rediscovering normal life rhythm is reward with complexity. But doing it together gives shape and strength. In 2025, Sue was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, capping her career with its highest honor. Seattle also celebrated her impact by naming a street, Sue Bird Court, near Climate Pledge Arena. Meanwhile, Megan's jersey retirement by OL Reign looms, an emblematic close to their athletic era. If you enjoy the video, please like, subscribe and share.